The following story is a translated and adapted conversation, recounting supernatural experiences from around the world. This content is intended for entertainment purposes only. Listen with an open mind and enjoy the thrill of the unknown. The content in this video is purely for entertainment. Viewer discretion is advised. If you are easily frightened, be prepared some stories might just send chills down your spine. If you're ready, turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and immerse yourself in the world of the unexplained.
In Bangkok's sprawling underbelly, where narrow sois twists like veins through the city, a tale persists among night workers, a shadow, tall and thin, that stalks the alleys after midnight. They call it a Phai Duat, Luat, a blood-drinking spirit, born from a man named Por Chai, a loan shark who terrorized the slums decades ago. One night, his debtors turned on him, beating him to death in a dark sew, his blood soaking the walls. His spirit lingered, they say, a shadow too long for a man, its growl a hunger for those who trespass. Delivery riders whispered, "Don't take the shortcuts, don't linger," but some, like Teek, learned too late. Teek was 30, a wiry deliverer man with a scarred cheek and a restless edge, a Bangkok native forged by its chaos. He'd been riding for abs since his teens, after his father's taxi crashed, leaving him to fend for his mother and a mountain of bills. The job was his pulse, the roar of his Honda Wave, the blur of traffic. The cash in his pocket, but the graveyard shifts tested him. The city shifted after dark, its lights dimming, its alleys tightening, and his grandmother's stories shadows with teeth, spirits in the soy crept into his silence, unbidden. It was a humid Wednesday night, past 2:30 a.m., when his phone buzzed with an order. Teek was parked near Sukhumvit, the neon fading, sipping a warm energy drink as the streets emptied. The app pinged, "Delivery to house on Soi Sukhumvit, 49 drop-off only. Order. Somtam. 94. The pay was decent, but the clock was tight, and Teek cursed, wiping sweat from his brow. So I-49 was a maze. Its shortcuts faster, but riskier, narrow, dark, and quiet after hours. One more run, he muttered, though the alley shortcut stirred unease drivers avoided it, muttering about shadows and growls. He grabbed the som tam from a stall, the kuka wiry woman named May, lacanding it over with a glance. "So, 49 this late?" she asked, her voice low. Teek nodded, strapping the bag on. "Ya quickest ways the alley." "Why?" May Lek frowned, her eyes sharp. "Be careful, something's off in there at night." "Moves wrong," Teek smirked, a tired sound, and revved his bike. "Just rat, May. See you." But her stare lingered, a seed of doubt sprouting as he rode into the dark. So Sukhumvit, 49, was a warren of concrete and shadow. Its main road lined with condos, its alleys branching into tighter veins. Teek turned off the main drag, the city's hum fading, the air thickening with the scent of damp trash and motor oil. The shortcut saw illumined a narrow slit between sagging buildings, its walls stained, its lights long dead. His headlight pierced the dark, a frail beam swallowed by the gloom, and the silence pressed in. The hum of his engine, a lone heartbeat in the stillness. Teek's grip tightened, his smirk fading, the alleys quiet, unnerving him. He'd taken it before daylight runs, no trouble, but night changed it, sharpened its edges, made it feel alive. His mind drifted to his mother, coughing in their shack, her medicine overdue. To his father's crash, the wreckage haunting his dreams. To the road ahead, its shadows too deep. "Just a quick cut," he muttered, his voice small, the som tam warm against his back. The alley swallowed him, its walls closing, the air cooling, a faint whiff of iron blood, pricking his nose. The first stretch was tight, his mirrors brushing concrete, his headlight catching graffiti names, curses, a smeared handprint to red to be paint. Teek's pulse quickened, his smirk gone, Malek's warning gnawing at him. "Nothing here," he whispered, though his eyes darted, his ears straining past the engine's hum. A sound came, a rustle, low and soft, like cloth dragging on stone. He slowed, squinting, his heart thudding. "Cats," he told himself, though the silence deepened, the rustle grown just scrape, a step, a presence he couldn't see. Halfway through, it appeared. His headlight caught at a shadow on the wall, tall and thin, stretching across the concrete, its edges sharp, its form too long, too wrong. Teek's breath hitched, his hands trembling, the bike slowing as he stared. It wasn't his own shadow hugged the ground, stunted by the light, but this one towered, its arms dangling, its head tilted at an angle no neck could hold. "What the?" he gasped, his voice shaking, fear spiking, his mind racing, trick of the light, reflection, anything but the truth creeping in. The shadow moved, slid, not stepped, pacing him, its head tilting further, a crack echoing like bone snapping. A growl rumbled, low and guttural, not from the alley but inside him, vibrating his ribs, a hunger he felt in his blood. Teek's stomach lurched, terror flooding him, his bike wobbling as he gunned the throttle. The shadow kept pace, its arms stretching, fingers clawing the wall, the growl deepening mine. A whisper in his skull, not his ears, a voice of gravel and rage. His phone died screen black, the app frozen on delivering, the headlight flickering, the alley darkening. No, 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 Tick choked, his prayers tumbling out. "Pra Futha Jao, save me," raw, desperate, a plea from his childhood, his hands numb on the bars. The shadow loomed, its form bending, leaning over him, the growl a snarl now, the air chilling, his breath fogging despite the heat. He swerved, the bike scraping the wall, sparks flying, the shadow's fingers brushing his mirror cold, real, a touch that burned. Teek rode hard, the alley a tunnel of dread, the shadow pacing, its head tilting, snapping, a puppet on broken strings. The growl swelled, mine, louder, closer, a hunger that clawed his mind, draining his warmth, pulling his blood. Visions hit poor Chai, beaten in this SOI, his skull cracking, his blood pooling, his eyes glinting as he rose. A shadow born of rage, hunting those who crossed his path. Teek saw himself bled dry, a husk in the alley, his mother waiting and screamed, the sound tearing his throat, his prayers a chant. Na Motasa, his faith a frail shield. The alley twisted, its end a sliver of light, and the shadow lunged tall, thin, its fingers stretching, brushing his back, icy and sharp. The bike sputtered, the throttle failing, the growl a roar now, shaking the walls, dust raining from above. Tick's chest tightened, his vision blurring, the light so close, the shadow so near mine. Its voice splitting his ears, his blood pounding, his life slipping. He slammed the gas, the bike surging, the alley's mouth opening, and he burst out, the shadow receding, the growl fading, the air warming as he hit SOI 49's main drag. He skidded to a stop, gasping, trembling, the Som Tam still warm against his back. The house was steps away, a condo, its lights faint tanned. He dropped the bag, his hands numb, his chest heaving. "Done," he whispered, though the alley's echo lingered, the shadows touch a burn on his spine. Tick didn't sleep. Couldn't his mother's cough, a distant sound, his cigarette trembling as he replayed the growl, the shadow. The next night, 3 a.m., his phone buzzed. SO I sucumvid 49 Same order, same sign note, come back. His stomach dropped, his smirk gone, dread pooling in his gut. He deleted it, blocked the app, but the notification stayed. Come back, a glitch, a call, the growl in the static. He quit, took a day job, stayed off the source, but the burn remained, red lines, claw marks, flaring in the dark. One night, riding home, he heard it, mine, soft, from an alley, a shadow stretching where no one stood. The SOI waits, its walls hiding poor Chai's hunger. Riders warned, cut through, don't linger. Tick carries his mark, his growl, a piece of his shadow, knowing he waits, his fingers a curse, his call a chain he broke but never escaped. In the rural reaches of Khon Kaen, where rice fields shimmer under the moon and old houses lean with age, a whispered tale lingers among the locals, a voice that sings from the shadows. They call it a Phi-Dik, a child spirit, trapped in a small wooden box carved with protective runes. Her name was Nang Fon, a girl who died of sickness in the 1980s. Her mother's grief twisting into a dark ritual to bind her soul, keeping her close. The box passed through hands, its lullaby a haunting echo of her loneliness, a curse on those who carry it. Delivery riders avoid such packages, but some, like May, stumble into its song. May was 35, a sturdy delivery rider with a weathered face and a quiet resolve. A Khon Kaen native who'd seen its fields turn from green to gold. She'd taken up the job 5 years back after her husband left, leaving her with 2 kids and a crumbling house to hold together. The work was her anchor, the hum of her old Yamaha scooter, the rhythm of the road, the small joys of a tip butt. The late shifts drained her. The nights stretched long, the villagers hushed, and her mother's tale spirits in the fields, voices in the dark pricked at her, especially when the moon hung low. It was a cool Thursday night, past 11 p.m, when her phone buzzed with an order. May was parked near a roadside stall, sipping lukewarm tea, the air thick with the scent of jasmine and diesel. The app pinged pickup. House on Soi Ban Nan, drop off. House near Chum Fei Road. Package, small box, urgent liver by midnight. The pay was 100 baht, decent for a short run, and May sighed, rubbing her tired eyes. One last job, she muttered, though Soi Ban Nan stirred unease. Quiet lane of old homes, rarely lit, and Chum Fei Road was worse, a lonely stretch cutting through fields. She rode to the pickup, the stall's lights fading, the road narrowing into a dirt path flanked by bamboo and sagging fences. The house was a reliquidon, its roof mossy, its windows dark, no sign of life. May parked, her scooter's engine ticking as it cooled and knocked, the sound echoing too loud in the stillness. The door creaked open, a shadow within a figure cloaked in a shawl, face hidden, handing her a small wooden box. It was heavy, cold, carved with runes, and the figure's voice rasped, "Take it quick, don't open it." May nodded, her throat dry, and slipped it into her delivery bag, the weight settling against her back like a stone. The road to Chum Fei was a ribbon of dust and shadow, the fields sprawling under a half moon, the air cooling as May rode. Her headlight carved a frail path, the engine's hum a comfort against the silence. Though her hands gripped the bars tight, her knuckles pale. The box pressed against her spine, colder than the night, and she hummed a pop tune. Pushing back the unease from the pick up the dark house, the rasping voice, the runes she didn't recognize. "Just a weird old lady," she muttered, her voice swallowed by the fields. Her mind drifted too, her kids asleep at home, their school fees due. To her husband, gone with a bar girl, his absence a scar. To the road ahead, its emptiness a weight she couldn't name. The first mile passed, the village receding, the fields stretching too quiet. No crickets, no wind, just the hum and her. The air shifted, a dampness creeping in, the scent of wet earth and something sweeter jasmine, too strong, too close. Her headlight flickered, just once, and a sound pricked her ears, a hum, soft and faint, not hers, weaving through the engine's drone, ... May slowed, her tune faltering, her eyes darting to her mirrors. Nothing but fields, the road, the dark. Wind, she told herself, though the air was still, the hum growing a melody, an old Thai lullaby. Luke Thung One, her mother sang, soothing yet mournful. It came from her bag, muffled but clear, a child's voice, small and sweet, singing in the night. May's heart thudded, unease blooming, her hands steady but clammy. What the hell, she whispered, speeding up, the engine's roar a shield, but the lullaby followed, louder, insistent, a thread she couldn't cut. The singing swelled. Nong Jiao, Tidta. Clear now, a girl's voice, pure but eerie, rising from the bag, the box. May's breath hitched, fear spiking, her scooter wobbling as she glanced back. Nothing. Just the bag, the box inside, its weight heavier, colder, alive. The lullaby grew, more insistent, the words looping. Stay with me, stay with me. A plea that burrowed into her ears, her skull. Her hands shook, sweat beading despite the chill, and the song shifted. May, her name, soft knowing, a giggle lacing the tune. No, no, May gasped, her voice trembling, her prayers tumbling out. Pra, Futha Jiao, protect me, raw, desperate, a chant from her childhood. The box thumped once, twice a kick against her back, the wood creaking, the lullaby right beside her ear now. A breath, she felt cold, damp, a child's sigh. She swerved, the road tilting, dust kicking up, her mirrors empty but her senses screaming. She's here, she's here. The fields darkened, the moon dimming, a fog rolling in from nowhere, curling around her, the lullaby, a chorus. May, don't leave me. May stopped, her brakes screeching, her chest heaving, the fog thick and clinging. She tore the bag off, her hands numb, fumbling the straps, and opened it. Nothing but the box, sealed, still, its runes glinting faintly. The singing stopped, the silence deafening, her ears ringing, her breath fogging in the headlight. Just a box, she choked, slamming the bag shut. But her hands shook, her gut twisting, the giggle echoing in her mind. May, she mounted again, the engine roaring, the drop-off her only escape, the fog a shroud she couldn't shake. ... May rode hard, the lullaby returning fainter, then louder, a hum that swelled into song. Nang Jiao, its rhythm matching her pulse, her fear. The box thumped again, harder, bruising her back. The voice beside her, May, play with me, a giggle, a plea, a command. The fog thickened, the road vanishing, her headlight dimming. The fields alive with shadows, small hands. A child's form, dancing in the mist, vanishing when she looked. Get out, May shouted, her voice breaking, her prayers a sob. Na, Motasa. Her faith fraying against the song. Visions hit a girl in a dark room, fever burning, her mother weeping. A monk's chants, runes carved, her soul bound, her eyes opening black as the box closed. Nang Fon, trapped, her lullaby a cry for freedom, her thumps a rage against her prison, her curse on the carrier. May's stomach churned, tears streaming, her kids' faces flashing. Can't leave the mand, she gunned it, the engine screaming, the fog parting. Chumfei Road emerging a row of homes, their lights faint, their silence heavy. The drop-off was a shack, its porch bare, its door ajar. May skidded to a stop, the lullaby shrill, peep May, the box kicking, her back aching. She dropped the bag, a man stumbling out thin, nervous, his eyes darting. He grabbed it, muttering, "She won't stop singing until it's home," and slammed the door. The song cut off, the silence jarring, May's chest heaving, her hands trembling as she rode away, the fog lifting, the night still. May reached home past midnight, her kids asleep, her shack quiet. She burned incense, prayed, but sleep brought nightmares, lullabies, thumps, black eyes. The next night, past 1 a.m., she woke to it, Nung Jiao, soft, from the window, a shadow swaying outside, small and pale. May froze, her heart pounding, the lullaby a thread she couldn't cut, her prayers a whisper, "Go away." But the song lingered, a mark she couldn't erase. The shack waits, Nang Fon's box gone, but her voice eternal. Riders warned, don't take the dark packages. May carries her song, her thumps, a piece of her loneliness, knowing she waits, her lullaby a curse, her giggle a chain she delivered but never escaped. Along Phuket's coastal roads, where the Andaman Sea crashes against jagged cliffs and the rain falls in sheets, a legend persists among late-night riders. They speak of a woman in a drenched sarong, a Phai Nam, a water spirit born from a drowning decades ago. Her name was Nang Rin, a fisherman's daughter who, betrayed by her lover, waded into the sea during a storm, her cries swallowed by the waves. Her body washed ashore, bloated and broken, her teeth blackened by the salt, her spirit bound to the rain. She haunts the roads now, they say, seeking riders to carry her sorrow, her wet hands a curse on those who stop. Keng was 28, a lean delivery rider with weathered skin and a quiet grit, a Phuket local who'd ridden its roads since he could balance a bike. He'd taken up delivery work after his fishing gig dried up, tourists dwindling, boats rusting leaving. Him with a sister to support and a shack to maintain. The job suited him. The roar of his Yamaha, the rush of deadlines, the sea air in his lungs. Day runs were easy, the sun glinting off the waves, but night shifts were a grind the dark closed in. The roads emptied, and his father's tales ghosts in the surf, shadows in the rain echoed in his silence. It was a stormy Friday night, past 10 p.m., when his phone buzzed with an order. Keng was parked under a palm tree near Patong Beach, the rain hammering his helmet, his poncho slick and useless. The app pinged. Delivery to house on Coastal Road, 4028 pizza, drop-off only. Time, ASAP. The pay was 120 baht, solid for a wet run, and Keng sighed, wiping his visor. One more, then dry, he muttered, though Coastal Road, 4028, stirred a flicker of unease. Lonely stretch past the resorts, its cliffs steep, its curves treacherous in the rain. He picked up the pizza from a stall in Patong, the cook a gruff man named Petey handing it over with a grimace. 4028, in this, Petey asked, rain dripping from his awning. Keng nodded, securing the box. "Ya good tip. Why?" Petey leaned close, his voice low over the storm. "That road's bad on rainy nights watch for her. She likes riders." Keng smirked, a tired sound, and revved his bike. "Ghosts don't tip, P. I'm good." But Petey's frown followed him, a seed of doubt sprouting as he rode into the deluge. Coastal Road 4028 unfurled through the rain, a slick ribbon of asphalt hugging the cliffs, the sea roaring to Keng's left. The storm raged, wind howling, waves crashing, rain stinging his face through the visor. His headlight struggled, its beam a frail thread in the downpour, the road blurring into a sheen of black water. Banana trees loomed, their leaves thrashing, and the air smelled of salt and rot, the sea's breath heavy and wild. Keng's hands gripped the bars, his poncho flapping, his pulse steady, but tight storms were nothing new, but this one felt alive, angry. He hummed a fisherman's song, a habit from his boat days, the rhythm keeping his nerves at bay. His mind drifted too, his sister, sewing nets at home, her dreams of school. To his father, lost to a squall years back. To the road ahead, its curves hiding shadows he didn't want to see. Just deliver and go, he muttered, his voice lost in the wind, the pizza box warm against his back. The first mile passed, the resorts fading, the road emptying too empty. No cars, no lights, just the storm and him. The rain thickened, a curtain of water, and the air chilled, his breath fogging faintly despite the humidity. His headlight flickered, the engine stuttering, and a sound pricked his ears, not the storm, but softer a wail, faint and mournful, weaving through the wind. Keng slowed, squinting into the dark, his heart quickening. Waves, he told himself, though the sound was wrong-hue, been pleading, a cry from the sea. He sped up, the engine's roar a shield, but the unease grew, a weight in his gut he couldn't shake. ... Halfway to the drop-off, she appeared. A figure in the road, faint at first, a blur in the rain tall, thin, waving a hand as if flagging him down. Keng's breath caught, his instincts torn right past, or stop. She wore a sarong, drenched and clanging, her hair plastered to her shoulders, and pity stirred him, stranded, lost, needs help. He slowed, the bike idling, the rain pounding his helmet as he called, "Hey you, okay?" She turned, stepping into his headlight, and his pity froze into dread. Her smile stretched wide, her teeth black and jagged stained, broken. A maw of decay and her eyes glinted, too bright, too hollow, like sea glass in a skull. Water streamed from her, not rain but thicker, darker, pooling at her feet, her sarong dripping endlessly. "Can you take me with you?" she asked, her voice soft, wet, a gurgle through drowned lungs, cutting through the storm. Keng's heart slammed, terror flooding him, his hands trembling on the bars. "No," he choked, revving the engine, but before he could move, she vanished gone, the road empty. Her voice echoing, "Take me." The bike stalled, the engine dying, silence crashing over him, save for the rain's roar. Keng's chest heaved, panic clawing his throat, his prayers tumbling out. "Pra Futhajau, protect me." Raw, desperate, a plea to anything listening. He kicked the starter, the engine coughing, and it roared back. But a wet hand gripped his shoulder, cold, heavy. Rialet's fingers digging through his poncho, piercing his skin with ice. He screamed, swerving, the bike tilting, the cliff's edge looming as he fought to hold the road. Keng rode blind, the hand a constant weight, its chill seeping into his bones, numbing his arm. "Take me," she whispered, not in his ears but his mind, a wail that shook his skull, her voice weaving with the storm. The rain lashed harder, the road a slick mirror, his headlight dimming as if drowned. Shadows flickered her beside him, ahead, her black teeth glinting, her wet form swaying, vanishing, reappearing. The hand tightened, nails clawing, and visions hit a girl in the sea, waves crashing, her lover's boat sailing away. Her screams swallowed, her body sinking, her spirit rising with the rain. "Get off!" Keng shouted, his voice breaking, his prayers a chant. "Na Motasa," his faith a frail thread against her pull. The bike slowed, the engine sputtering, her weight dragging him back, the cliff's edge inches away. He swerved, tires screeching, the sea roaring below, and her wail surged. "Take me," a shriek that split the night, the hand burning his shoulder, his warmth draining into her. The road twisted, the house near, and Keng gunned it, desperation fueling him, her touch a chain he couldn't break. The drop-off emerged a shack on stilts, its lights faint, its porch slick with rain. Keng skidded to a stop, the hand still there, her whisper relentless, "Take me." He tore the pizza from his bag, stumbled to the porch, and dropped it, his shoulder throbbing, his breath ragged. The door opened, an old woman peering out, her eyes sharp. She took the box, her gaze flicking to his pale face, his shaking hands. She follows riders on rainy nights, she whispered, a knowing edge to her voice, and shut the door. Keng mounted his bike, the hand gone, the cold lingering, his shoulder aching with a burn he couldn't see. He rode back, the storm easing, the rain a soft patter, but her wail echoed faint, distant, a thread in the wind. His mirrors stayed empty, his prayers a murmur, his chest tight with fear and relief. I'm out. I'm out, though her touch stayed, a wet mark on his soul. Sleep that night was fitful, her black teeth haunting his dreams, her voice in the rain outside. Weeks later, the burn remained red lines, claw marks, flaring in storms. Another rainy night, parked in Patong, he heard it take me, soft from the sea, a shadow in the downpour, waving. Keng froze, his bike still, her call a debt he'd never pay.